The brother asked a question that in the Islamic bank, he's talking mainly of the Murabha system. There are various systems called Musharika, Mudaraba. And Musharika is the profit and loss sharing. In the Murabha system, it is that if a customer wants to buy a machine, maybe it's costing 100,000 rupees, $100,000, and the customer says that you buy for me the machine, I'll return the money maybe after 6 months or 1 year. So the Islamic bank says, okay, fine, we buy the machine for you, and you pay us 6 months later or 1 year later, but we want X amount of profit. Similarly, when you go to a conventional bank, and if a customer goes to a conventional bank, and if he says that I want loan, quite fine whether to buy a machine, maybe say machine, I want to loan $100,000, 100,000 rupees, but I will give you back after 1 year. So the bank charges an interest. Depending on the country, it may either be 6%, 7%, 8%. The country which has very little inflation, the interest rate may be 2%, 3%, 4%. It may go up to 10, 12, depending upon the country. So that conventional bank of that country charges an interest rate. If you give after 1 year, I will charge you 8% extra, 10% extra, 6% extra. So interest per se, everyone agrees is haram. Now in some of the Islamic banks, or many of the Islamic banks, as the brother asked a question, that if they charge a profit, only the word is different. Instead of interest, they say it is profit. So we want 8% profit or 10% profit. Or say the bank is charging 10% interest. Out of $100,000 loan they have given for the machine, the conventional bank says after 1 year, you give me $110,000 or 110,000 rupees. The Islamic bank running in the same country says, fine, I'll buy the machine for you. After 1 year, if you give the money back to me, or I give you loan to buy the machine, I want a 10% profit. Profit per se is allowed in Islam. But the question posed is, the profit the Islamic bank is taking, the benchmark for that profit is the interest rate of a conventional bank. Is that allowed? Is the question. And the questioner has said that the Sheikh Taqi Usmani, he is one of the authorities in economic finance, in the Islamic economic system and Islamic banking. He gives an example that if there are two brothers, both of them have got a shop, and in that shop, both want to do business, and one of the brothers, he is Islamic, the other is un-Islamic. The brother who is un-Islamic, he is selling alcohol. The brother who is Islamic, he says alcohol is haram, so I will not sell alcohol, I will sell Islamic books. But he says, what my brother gets profit, I want to get the same profit. So when he sees his brother is taking 10% profit on alcohol, this brother of Islamic says, alcohol haram, but Islamic books is halal. But even I will put 10% profit. So logically, is it allowed or not? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. And even I agree, logically, if one person is doing haram activity, but his profit margin is 10%, if other person is saying alcohol haram hai, my Islamic book karo, allowed hai, but I want to earn 10%, perfectly fine. So giving this argument, he tries to say that the Islamic bank, if he takes a fixed profit based on the interest rate, like 10%, he's selling alcohol and marking up 10% on whatever alcohol goods he's buying. So the Islamic bookstore person also marks up 10%, it's allowed. So similarly, for Islamic bank also it's allowed, which I personally disagree.